Sophie? But as I blinked sleepily, I realised it wasn't the telephone, but rather the morning chorus of birds chirping outside. I sat up with a start. Sophie hadn't called. What time was it? Grabbing my phone, I stared at the display in disbelief. Already 8:30 a.m. and no call. I immediately scrolled down to Sophie's number and pushed the call button. "Hello," answered a tired voice. "Oh, Mum, I've had a horrible night." "Why?" I barked. "Are you having contractions? Why didn't you call me?" "No, Mum, I haven't felt a thing," she said. "But this bloody water keeps coming out of me. I've had the worst night ever. It feels like I've got a soggy nappy on." "Okay," I laughed. "I will come over very soon." Quickly flicking through my diary, I cancelled all my appointments for the next few days and set off to see my daughter. I'd hoped things would get going pretty swiftly, but despite Sophie having contractions on and off throughout the day, by that evening everything had once again calmed down, and there was no sign of active labour commencing. As I returned home to bed, I found myself restless and anxious. With Sophie's waters having broken and no regular contractions, there was a small chance of infection. I'd feel a lot more at ease once active labour was underway. Her waters are clear, her temperature is normal, and she's a healthy woman carrying a healthy baby, I chastised myself, urging my brain to think like a midwife and switch off the apprehensive mother mode. I must have drifted off at some point, as the loud ring of my telephone at 6:15 a.m. caused my heart to pound in my chest. Grappling with the receiver, I held it to my ear, blinking as the dawn light began to creep through my curtains. "It started now, Mum," Sophie said, her voice breathy with excitement and nerves. "I had a huge contraction at 6 a.m. and another 9 minutes later. The last one was only 5 minutes ago." "OK, darling, I'm coming now," I said, having already begun to dress. After 32 hours, the wait was over. My grandchild was on its way at last. Arriving at Sophie's house, I found Robert filling the water pool in the front room, and a rather sorry-looking Sophie leaning over the edge of the sofa, holding a hot water bottle to her tummy and tears streaming down her face. "Don't cry, darling," I said, feeling my own stomach convulse with the discomfort of seeing my child in pain. Suddenly I could understand why people question whether a mother is the correct person to act as caregiver in a situation like this. But when Sophie had announced her pregnancy, she'd immediately asked for me to be there, to care and champion her as she had her much-wanted water birth at home. Yes, I was emotionally involved, but that wasn't going to affect my ability to care for her. I'd be mother, midwife, comforter and rock all rolled into one. "Come on, Sophie," I said as she continued to sob. "You knew this was going to be tough. But you will be okay. You are okay. Now, let's get you over to the toilet." Guiding my still sniffling daughter to the bathroom, I supported her petite frame as she sat on the loo and used the position to rock through the colossal contractions. After the original delay, everything was moving fast, and just over 4 hours from that first contraction at 6 a.m., I could see something building in her. Her body was starting to heave downwards. "Time to get in the pool, I think," I said, as I helped her up off the toilet and into the front room. Sophie took off her nightie and submerged herself into the warm, soothing water. "Where's Robert?" she asked. "I'll go and find him," I said. Going upstairs, I was stunned to see Robert cleaning the bathroom with gusto. Knowing Robert's usual intense aversion to household chores, that was really saying something about his nerves. "She's in the pool now, Robert," I told him, keeping a straight face, before heading back downstairs. "He's coming now," I reported back to Sophie. A few minutes later, a pale-faced Robert ambled down the stairs to join us. Having spent the last 3 years training to be a midwife, Sophie was well used to delivering babies. But as her own child descended down through her pelvis with uncontrollable force, she was fearful, just like any other first-time mother. "Mum, please help me. Make it stop.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.